Alright, hello everybody, this is Zaxter99. Gonna go ahead and make my first answer video for my new series, which I started a few days ago. I called it there Dr. Zaxter, and I asked people, my viewers, to give me advice or suggestions for what I should call this. Basically, it's going to be a video series where I try to answer your questions about anything. Any kind of question you want to throw at me, you want my opinion on, whatever it is. I may not be an expert at all on the subject, but I'll give you my 2 cents, my thoughts on it, whatever it is. And if I can direct you somewhere else to actually give you, something I think might be more reliable or a better answer, then I'll certainly do that as well. But I want to go ahead and go through the comments that I got on my first video. And Vancasser Productions said that my new series should be called Ask Zach. I want to go ahead and thank you, Vancasser Productions, for giving me that suggestion. And I do think that, putting doctor in it somewhere is not good, because I'm not a doctor at anything. So I do like the idea of just Ask Zach. So I'm taking that. However, because I'm called Zaxter99, I think I'm going to go with Ask Zax. So that is the title of my new series here. We'll see how well it does. I haven't got a whole lot of comments on that first video, but we'll see, how well it continues. Now, my first question comes from Gina Loris. Now, I've seen her a few times on a few of my videos. In fact, I believe she was one who made a game recommendation that she wanted me to see. I believe it was some kind of an emotional, sad video, Last Chance or something like that. And it was one that made me tear up. So I'll have a link down to that video series down below, so you guys can watch that if you want. But Gina asked me a pretty deep question here. Let's go ahead and talk about this here. Go ahead and read her question, because I believe she was one of the first people that asked me a question. And she says, great idea, Zaxter. I really like it. Well, thank you, Gina. And she goes on to say, I will start off by asking you a question I personally would love your advice and opinion on. I am planning on getting married this coming spring, and I'm 26 years old. And he is a little older and is 35. Congratulations on that, Gina. Congratulations on your engagement and deciding to get married. She goes on to say, we want to have kids, but he has been told that he will never be able to have children due to a condition called varicoceles or something. Varicoceles. I don't know how that's pronounced, which I don't understand too well, but it means basically that oversized veins in his area overheat his sperm and then cause them damage before they're ejaculated. Okay, that's pretty deep, Gina. Didn't exactly need to know all that, but I guess it gives me a basic idea. Anyways, he's very unlikely to ever have children, but there is a small chance. There are medical procedures that can be done, but they are risky, expensive, and not very effective from what we've been told. He is against adopting because it can be a long hassle-filled wait, and even if we adopt, he says he doesn't believe we would ever feel as close as if the child was of our own blood. Wow. He wants me to try and conceive a child through natural intercourse with a willing man who agrees to sign over all rights should and when I get pregnant, but with a man that we both agree on. Now, this here, wow, just wow. I don't know. I mean, we're already so deep, Gina, that I was thinking people would be asking me questions. Hey, from a 13-year-old girl. Hey, I like a brunette guy, and I like a blonde guy. The blonde guy is funny, and the brunette's sweet. Which one should I pick? That's the kind of questions I was expecting here, but certainly not anything of this magnitude. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue. She says that she doesn't like his idea of having natural intercourse with a different man while married. Wow. But she doesn't like that idea. I can certainly understand why, because I love him. And we are due to get married soon, and I'm scared that he might always wonder if the natural father, the guy she had intercourse with, they would agree on, and herself might have some kind of secret relationship. Okay, I think she's saying she doesn't like the idea because she loves her to be husband, and she's worried that her husband would worry about, maybe some kind of secret feelings that she might have for this man she would have intercourse with, that she would conceive a child with. Oh wow. Also, even meaningless sex with a strange man who I don't love to try and conceive a child with will most likely be very awkward. Yeah, I can see that. He likes this idea because he thinks it will save us a lot of money and time waiting for the child, and the child would grow inside of me. Artificial insemination is also an option, but priced at about $500 per attempt, it could cost many thousands of dollars before I might become pregnant, and it also has potential side effects. She goes on to say, I know this is a lot. Yeah, for sure. But this is something pretty personal that both my fiance and myself would like your opinion on. If you would care to tell us what you think. He is the best man I've ever met in my life. We are both very much in love and happy, and we really hope to have our first child sometime in the first few years of our marriage. My parents don't like to discuss this and seem to think we should not do anything like this and just see what God gives us. But we both fear if we listen to their advice, we may never experience the love of a child in our lives. Thank you for your opinions and advice you may give us. Wow. What a question, huh? I read this question over pretty quickly when she first posted it, and obviously I didn't respond on the comments because I was waiting to make a video. I was hoping that more people would come up with questions. I did get another question that I'll answer in this video from Corbin, one of my longtime fans on my channel. But Gina's also been a fan for some time, I do believe. I know it's been a while since I did that recommended game that she wanted me to do. Gina, first of all, congratulations on meeting the man of your life, the love of your life, and that you're going to be getting married. So I want to go ahead and give you my congratulations there. And I know that you say that your parents kind of believe that you guys should just be willing to accept what God gives you. My advice, honestly, rather than doing because it sounds like you guys, don't want to spend a lot of money. Maybe you guys don't want to do the adoption process. I would look at adopting a child. I would look at that option. I know your husband says he doesn't think he'll be as close to it as, a child that's born of one or both of your blood. However, I do believe that parents that adopt actually could love their child as much, if not more, than, blood parents, from everything that I've actually seen. So I don't think that would be a bad option. I can certainly understand it's a lot of hassle. There could be a lot of expense in doing that. But I certainly wouldn't scratch that option completely out. Obviously, this is going to be a very personal, choice that you and your husband really have to make yourself. Something I really can't give you a definitive answer on because I don't know you guys. I don't know a lot of things about you guys. But, this is also just something really, really personal that you have to make with your husband, and even your parents' advice and stuff like that is going to be probably a lot more important to you and a lot more valuable than me being a complete stranger and just making YouTube indie game videos on YouTube. But you wanted my advice, so here it is. I would not rule out any option. I would not rule out the surgery to help his condition as far as your husband. The one thing I honestly believe I would rule out is the one choice that your husband wants to make. I would not, and I caution you, I would not go and just have random sex with some guy that you guys agree on, whether it be his friend or I don't know how you guys are thinking about coming up with a guy together, but that right there sounds like a volatile situation, which could spawn arguments, could spawn fractures in your trust, and a lot of other things. I mean, I don't know how well you guys can communicate and everything like that, but just agreeing on a man, how would you do that? How would you agree upon a man? And where are you going to get this man at? I don't see how you could just advertise, hey, man, can I get a man to come have sex with me until I get pregnant on Craigslist? That would be really, really awkward, if not potentially illegal. Because it sounds like honestly, I hate to say it, that idea is almost like prostituting your sex, your body, for his sperm, for his signing over a child. So in a way, the idea that your fiance, the idea that he's come up with, to me, sounds like prostitution. It sounds like you are selling sex for a child, for his sperm, you know, and that's kind of how I see it. But it's not only that. I think this is a situation, I kind of agree with you, Gina. This is a situation where he's always going to wonder in the back of his mind, hey, was this guy better than me? Was this guy hotter than me? Did she really like what if it takes you a year to get pregnant with some strange guy? First of all, that's going to be awkward. That's going to be weird. But over that year, you may end up developing some kind of feelings for the guy. I mean, obviously, you're having intercourse with a guy that you don't know. And with intercourse, that's something really, really personal. And it could be, possible that you could develop some kind of feelings for that guy. You have the potential for jealousy of your fiance to be your husband. You have the potential for a lot of things. And I would not. That is the one option I would completely cross out. Not only the whole prostitution illegal, is it legal factor of it, but yeah, you're asking for trouble. You're asking for a divorce. You're asking for all kinds of problems with that option. And I agree with you on that. That is one option I would certainly rule out. And if it was me, honestly, doctors say things all the times. Doctors say people have cancer all the time, and it turns around or they heal. Or doctors, tell people all the time, you only have 6 months to live or whatever, and people prove them wrong over and over and over. So what I would do, Gina, especially if you guys, if your parents or whatever, I would ask for prayer. I would ask the good Lord above to, grant you guys what he thinks you guys need when the time is right. And I would go through a natural marriage, no other men involved. If you want to have the medical procedures for him or you want to do other things, artificial insemination, that's certainly an option. But I wouldn't even do any of that, honestly. If it was me, my recommendation, if you were my dear friend or my sister, my advice to you would be to get married naturally, have the intercourse naturally. Hopefully you guys love each other enough to be, doing it like jackrabbits, And the more you have intercourse, the more likely you are to get pregnant, I would think. So, just take it naturally, get married, worry about that. Don't worry about trying to have a kid right now and see what happens. You might be surprised and might wind up pregnant in the first 3 years from your husband. So I would take that chance, because if you are given a child from your husband, I think that'll make both you and your husband extremely happier than any of these other options, especially happier than having intercourse with some guy you don't even know, some guy that's not even, part of your marriage and everything like that. So that's my advice. I mean, I don't know you. Maybe you guys are going to be swingers in your marriage and do that kind of thing. I don't know. But obviously, if that's the situation, then it's completely different. But I'm assuming you actually do, really, really love your husband and he really, really loves you. And so based on that assumption, that's my advice, is to take it naturally, see what happens. I know you want a child, but I would give it 2 or 3 years with your husband, natural intercourse through your marriage, and see what comes. You might be surprised at what the good Lord actually gives you. So that's my advice. That's my answer to you, Gina. I hope that I've given you advice that you can take with you or that you can take to heart that helps you out in your decision. Extremely personal decision. Certainly not a question I was expecting right off the bat with this series, but I want to go ahead and thank you for your question. I want to go ahead and thank you for being a longtime viewer and a fan of my channel. Thanks so much for the question, Gina, and I hope that helps you out. I wish you guys the best of luck. Sounds like you're, a very loving woman. I'm sure you'll make a great mother. I'm sure your husband will make a great father, and I hope that child comes to you, and I cross my fingers for both of you. So there's that. So I have another question here from another longtime viewer. This is from Corbin. Corbin X asked me, "Hey, I have a good one for you." He says he has a 30-year-old mattress and box spring, And he also says he has a 2 laptops and a Xbox 360 died within a year. That's bad luck. He wants to ask me, should he get his computers fixed or a new bed? Let me know. Corbin, good buddy. I want to go ahead and thank you, first of all, for being a longtime viewer, a fan. You definitely give me a lot of inspiration. You give me a lot of positive comments on my videos. I want to go ahead and thank you, first of all, for that. And you're asking if my advice is replacing a 30-year-old mattress and box springs. I want to go ahead and tell you, I was in the kind of the same situation last spring. And we had a really old mattress. And I assume, again, I'm making another assumption here, but I'm assuming because you're asking me this question, that bed is probably not the best, may wake up with kind of back pains, may prevent you from actually getting good sleep at night. And especially if that's a situation, that old of a bed, no brainer. That is your first priority. More than another computer, more than an Xbox 360. Sleep is, getting rest. Make sure you're well rested for work the next day or whatever you're doing the next day. That is a very, very important aspect of your life, your health, and everything else. So that would be my number one priority, is replacing that 30-year-old mattress and box spring. And I'll have a link down, Corbin, to my recommendation that you might want to check it out. I have a video. My wife and I bought a bed, a foam mattress gel bed from Dynasty Mattress right there on Amazon.com. We paid a fraction of the cost we would have paid for a good box springs and mattress. And I can tell you, we've had it for almost a year now, and it is still in amazing condition. We both me and my wife, still get the best night's sleep we've ever had. We also bought the same mattress for my son and my daughter, who has a bunk bed. They got the foam gel mattresses as well, same kind. They both love their beds. So we were so happy with our bed, my wife and I, that we bought our kids a Dynasty gel mattress as well. And I'll have a link down to that video where I actually show you how we unrolled it and exactly why we love it so much. Now, that video was made about a month after we actually got it, but I can tell you those beds are still doing outstanding, still the best night's sleep we've ever had, and this is a no-brainer. I believe we bought a king-size California King Dynasty mattress. I believe we only paid about $600 for that. So right now, I can tell you 1 year in, that's almost 1 year in, that's the bed and the best purchase, one of the best purchases we've ever made. So I would definitely look into that because you're going to save a lot of money, and I think you're going to get one heck of a bed and a great night's sleep with that mattress. So definitely look at that video, and with the savings on that, with the savings on the bed, that if you buy that Dynasty mattress, I think you're going to have plenty of money to go ahead and get your laptop fixed, and maybe go ahead and get a Xbox 360. Now, maybe because you bought the bed, you may not be able to go out and get a new 360. Maybe you'll have to look on Craigslist and buy one used, but that works good. But that would be my recommendation. Bed first. Any savings that you have, any money that you save, put that into your laptop or a new 360. So there's my advice to you, Corbin. I want to go ahead and thank you for the question. And really, there's no other questions on here. Somebody else, Candace, says that kind of like the lady up here in the video that was crying and heartbroken. She says that she was hurting about a recent breakup, and she knows what it's like to lose the love of your life. And she says, Zaxxer99, it would be awesome if you'd done the videos and help people out with their issues. It could possibly save a life. So I want to go ahead and thank you, Candace, for actually giving me your thumbs up on my new video series. Certainly like that you guys are giving me your opinions, your thoughts on my video series. Let me know you like them. Give me your questions. And since this is the end of this video, Ask Zax number 1, I want to go ahead and ask any other viewers out there, if you guys have any questions, whatever it is, I'll give you my advice. I may not be an expert. I'm certainly not I certainly don't have a psychology major or anything like that, but I have been around this world long enough to where I think I can, give you at least my opinion or my advice, and hopefully at least give you an idea to run with and, think about. So my answers may not be the best answer for you, but at least it's my thoughts, and at least you're getting my opinion as a friend here on YouTube. So I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching. Be sure you leave your questions down below. Be sure you let me know if you think I gave these two people good answers. Be sure you leave those comments down below as well. If you have anything you want to ask me at all, anything, if it's something completely off the wall or whatever, I may not be able to answer. I may steer you away, or I may simply just avoid it in my next video. But leave me those questions so, I can give you guys my opinions, my thoughts on it, whatever it is. And I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching. This has been Zaxter99. And if I get some more questions, we'll see you in Ask Zax number 2 here coming real soon. Take care, everybody. Make sure you take care of somebody that you love today, and go out and have a great rest of your day or evening. So long. We'll see you in the next video, everybody. This has been Zaxter99.